ready to put the finishing touches on our school website, our school Google site. And so the first thing we need to do is we need to find that bookmark that you created to get to your Google site. And you're going to click that up and load up your Google site. If you're not logged in, you will need to log in with your school Google GCISD email login. And then once you're logged in, we should see up in the top right button the share button. And so we're going to click on that share button just like we did back on our Google Drive account. So we click on the share button. Then we will see it comes up with, it has a link to share, which we don't need to do anything with that. But then right below it, it says who has access, and it defaults to where it says public on the web. We want to click and change that. And we want to make it where it says off and share it with specific people. So when we do that, we click save. And then now what we need to do is we need to invite people. And so down where it says invite people, we need to add people's email address. And so just like with our Google Drive, we shared it with all of our teachers and all the school administrators, we're going to do the same thing here with our Google site. And so if you don't remember those email addresses, or if you don't remember where to find them, we need to go over to www.iuniversityprep.org. And then once we're on the school website, we will go to Contact Us, drop down to Staff. We have the option for administration or teachers. You'll need to get those administrator email addresses for Dr. Rogers, Ms. Heath, and Ms. Ulrich. And then you'll need to find your teacher's email addresses by clicking the teacher button. So if you have Ms. Alsobrook, you will highlight her name, right click, copy, then go back over and right click and paste her email address in the invite people box. Once you have put all the email addresses in, you need to make sure it says can edit, and you need to leave the notify people box selected. Then you will click the send button. Once you click that send button, it has notified those teachers that you have shared your Google site with them. Now we need to get one last step of our Google site setup, and that is where we are going to sync our Google Drive and our Google site together. And so that will make it where when we put something in our Google Drive, it will automatically show up in a neat, organized manner on our Google site. And so how we're going to do that, we're going to look at U.S. history as an example. So we're going to go down and click on U.S. history. And then once we're on the U.S. history page, we're going to go up to the pencil icon in the top right corner, and we're going to click on that pencil icon, which when you hover over it, it says Edit Page. Then we're going to click Insert in the top left corner. We're going to go over to the right side and click Drive, or hover over Drive, and we're going to go down and pick Folder. When we do that, we're then going to see all of our folders that we have in our Google Drive as options. And so what I want to do is I want to find my U.S. history folder. And so when I find my U.S. history folder, I'm going to click on it. It's going to turn blue, and then I'm going to click Select. I'm going to just keep all of the settings the same and say Save. And then I'm going to click the Save button in the top right corner. And now I have my Google Drive information on my Google site. So my Google Drive folder for U.S. history is now showing information here on my Google site for U.S. history. And we can see that my C Notes folder for U.S. history is there as well. And so everything that you add to your Google Drive for U.S. history will show up here on your Google site. Any C Notes you add into that C Notes folder for U.S. history will also show up in that folder. And so you'll need to go back and redo these steps for each one of your classes so that you can sync your Google Drive and your Google site.